Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, question of the night. You've always been such a dingbat. Now, I watched this episode really early in the morning. I actually went up doing my review. It was great. I felt so much better today. I mean, I'm still not 100%, but I feel a whole lot better than I did yesterday. But, that's the question of the night. Has Nicole Walker always been such a dingbat? If you watch today's episode, you're just like, leave. What is there left to talk about? Oh, I came here to get my stuff. I'll send for the rest of my stuff. Could have just sent for the rest. You could just send for the rest of your stuff now. Why are you here? Now, from time to time, I will be sitting there blowing my nose during the stream. I'll try to do it off screen because I'm kind of self-conscious about that stuff, even though I'm not self-conscious about stuff in my frame. Hey, Mel, how you doing tonight? Still gonna be blowing my nose from time to time, but I'm feeling a lot better now. Thank you, Karen. Thank you for being here. Yeah, yesterday was not good. What's good, Crystal Williams? How you doing tonight? Thank you. Thank you, Crystal. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. Yeah, thank you, Mel. Thank you. Feeling a lot better. I hope, because I got some new, well, it's not new ice cream, but it's from a new brand, I guess. Got the friendliest one. This one seems so much bigger than the other one. What's good, Makai? Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better now. Thank you. I'm not 100%, so I will still be blowing my nose from time to time, but feel a lot better than I did before. Also looks like it's still super cold. Yeah, I was not 100%. I wasn't even close to 100% yesterday. My eyes, the problem was my eyes kept watering. My eyes, but yeah, no, thank you, Blackman. I appreciate it. You have no idea how much I appreciate your support and everyone's support in the chat. Yeah, Mel, honestly, tell you the truth, this whole hot and cold and hot and cold and hot and cold just has not been working for me. Guy says I got my Haagen-Dazs. Oh, pecan. I gotta try pecan. Okay, Makai. All right, let me know how it is. Um, this ice cream seems much more bigger than the other one. It really does. So much bigger than the other one. So, was everyone watching as far as the soaps? Is everyone watching all four? Blackman, I know you watch all four of them. What about you, Makai? What are you watching? Days, GH. Susan's in the chat. Mel says Texas is going to hot into cold. Oh, yeah, Mel, that's an easy recipe for people getting sick. Very, very, very easy. And I hate it. And I think that might have happened yesterday between that and just a long day that I had. I think if it wasn't for the fact that my eyes kept watering, I probably would have tried to do the stream, but now Jefferson says Days, GH, and Y&R. Okay, cool. I didn't get a chance to watch Y&R, but what did you thought of GH and Days, Jefferson? I'm gonna try to take a stab at your first name. Allison? I don't know if that's right. Happy Thanksgiving, Samuel. How you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. It's funny. Every time I sit there and watch Y&R, every time I sit there and watch Y&R, and I always sit there and think about you. And I say that in the least creepy way possible. But Samuel, what do you think about what you call back? Got his name. What's that guy's name? Billy was not there talking to him for a little bit. Now Jeffrey says the only reason I'm watching Dates is because of Jada. Okay. I like Jada. Karen says GH is only when I watch Hope, Holly, and Robert are scamming Victor. That would be interesting. Oh, Sam. Okay, his name is Daniel. Okay. Daniel, from what I heard, Sammy, from what I heard, the dude had a porn addiction. Daniel is the daddy. I mean, the daddy of her twins, Lily's twins. Okay. Blackmon says, well, Taylor knows what she will do. Oh, you mean on Blackmon? You mean Taylor on B&B, right? I gotta watch that tonight. Now I know it's gonna be late, but if it's not super late, I'm gonna try to. Oh, you're on board. Okay. Yeah, Blackmon. If it's not too late, I'm gonna sit there and try to review Bold tonight. Sammy says yes, he did. Yeah, it was still alive. Sammy, yo, but I heard that I laughed so hard. I was like, wait, what? Cheated on Lily because he had a point of. I'm sorry, it's just so hard for me to say that with a straight face. Allison said I stopped watching B&B because it got repetitive. Yeah. Allison, am I actually saying your name right? Because I'm probably going to want to go back to Jefferson if not. DC's in the chat. Let's everyone say what's up to DC. DC says it's so weird that Daniel's daughter is Sheely's daughter too, meaning Finn is an uncle to his daughter. Jesus Christ, that sounds like a complicated. Now Samuel says Danny is Daniel's dad. Okay. Mel says I knew that after Steffi was not afraid of. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch it yet, but it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I watched it yesterday. It was really good. Janet is in the chat. Was good. Nassim says Alyssa. Oh, Alyssa. Okay, thank you, Samuel. Thank you, Samuel. You know I'm really bad with names, so I appreciate that. Alyssa, thank you. Karen, how you doing tonight? Alyssa, okay. Yeah, I was. I don't know. I was like this. Okay. Yeah, I was. I don't know. I was sitting there looking at that Daniel, and I was like, uh, hmm. At first, I kept sitting there, saying, I was like, you know what? Really ain't got nothing to worry about him. But the way that Lily kept looking at Billy, at Daniel, and of course, Billy was like, "Oh, maybe we should sit there and fight." What you call it? Thank you, Samuel. I appreciate that. Samuel, do you think that Billy should be worried of Daniel, or do you think he got nothing to worry about? Because at first, I kept sitting there saying, I was like, you know what, Billy's fine. But the minute that Billy, oh yeah, Samuel, I remember that. Somebody was telling me that in the comment section before. First love and everything like that, and just like, but now all these problems that they got going on. Now DC says yes, Billy should be worried because Daniel and Lily actually have chemistry. Alyssa says I think Daniel is going to be the one who breaks them up. Yeah, between that and Billy and the whole Chelsea thing. Yeah. Samuel says you should be worried. Daniel's Lily's first love before Kane. Yeah, I'm starting to sit there and think like, man, maybe DC's right. Maybe DC's right on that. Black Mel says I think Billy should be worried. Mel says I'm really sad with the look on EJ's face about his mom, Susan Banks, going over the cliff and exploding, but I'm wondering if Susan is alive. Dr. Ruff brings people. Yeah, Matt, I don't even know if she's actually even dead yet. I mean, that explosion, between the explosion and like after, I feel like there was a time lapse. DC says, I remember Daniel ran a con with Amber and she went to Oakdale. It was the only time the Young and the Restless, and as the world turned it across, a whoa, what? Okay, I know this is new for me, but you're telling me that um Young and the Restless and As the World Turned is um is in the same universe? And these soap operas really had something over Marvel even before Marvel started doing their whole cinematic universe. Interesting. Now Sammy says Lily and Daniel eloped to Cali to get married when they were teenagers. So Billy don't stand a chance. Hmm. Don't stand a chance. Wow. This thing is super cold. And I really want to try it anyway. I have to move like 15 different things. I swear. I'm going to get organized one day with this whole streaming thing. Yeah. I don't think it's ready. Um, DC says they're technically not in the same universe, but at that time, the shows did a crossover event when Amber left Juneau City to Oakdale to help Daniel run a scam. DC says, and yes, Days was great. These past 2 days, it was giving classic soaps. You can feel the intensity of yes. And Sammy says, yeah, the CBS soaps are somewhat correlated in a way. Interesting. Alyssa says, I think Nicole's trash for everything. Alyssa, I'm like, she seems kind of trash. I mean, in a soapy way, a good way, but still. Karen says, when are Nina and Carly going to have a cat fight? Needs to happen now. And put that exclamation point on there. Or the whatever thing. DC says, now here's the funny thing. Daniel's best friend, Kevin, so Lily, what? It's surprising how they redeemed his character after that. Are you serious? DC says, true, the CBS soaps are related, but all four never crossed over like B&B and Y&R are in the same universe, and as the world turns and Guiding Light were in another universe, and yet they still crossed over. That's okay. I'm gonna give me a taste of this. That's good. That's good. Now Mel says, I see that Daniel for next week on the Young and Restless will be wanting an opportunity to shine with Lily at Chancellor's Winter. Yep. He's telling Summer that when he asks, what are your plans? Timmy says that wouldn't do crossovers, but they would have characters on the run and they would end up in a city from another soap. Interesting. Alyssa said, I mean, she left her husband to be with Eric. Then we'll have the audacity to tell a woman to. Yes, Alyssa, I saw that clip. I was like, oh, are you kidding me? Yo, I was like, that's trash on so many levels. I don't. Listen, I'm telling you, when I do my review, when that happens, I might be kind of angry. Karen says the GH and Port Charles ever crossover. Yeah, they used to. I remember that during the nurses' balls and stuff like that before Port Charles got all supernatural. DC said it's weird how Days and Passions never did a crossover like Another World was doing NBC, but it was in the same universe. What? As a, you, you're gonna have to explain that to me again. What's good, Chikaris? Chikaris, I got your shout out video. I'm gonna be uploading it tonight. I did it this morning. Chikaris, I got your shout out video. I'm gonna be uploading it tonight. I did it this morning. I did a special video for you, Jakars, as far as promoting you, on Twitter Space. Samuel says Guiding Light, Another World, and As the World Turns are in the same universe. Guiding Light and Another World characters that will go to another soap, but that was back in the 60s. Jakar says Y&R.B&B, As the World Turns, and Guiding Light are in the same universe. Of course, Jakar, of course. I was actually feeling really good this morning. A little rundown now, but I was feeling good this morning. So I was like, I did my review on days. I watched it. So, and I did a video for you. DC says it was because Another World and As the World Turns were both produced by Product and Gamble, even though they were on different networks, which allowed them to do a crossover. Okay, that makes sense. DC in a lot of ways just like Supergirl and the Flash. I know you don't watch those shows, but yeah. Simon says Passion wasn't good enough to do a crossover with Passion. Was fun to watch, but it was not a good soap opera. Alicia's in the chat. How you doing tonight? DC says, like Michael and Y&R defended some people in Oaksdale on As the World Turns. Oh, okay. DC says, damn, that is true. Passions was too cocky. Jakar says, let's not forget that Joss mentioned Genoa City when Clone Raven said she wanted to go there. Makai says Little Douglas is about to play the something. Sammy says another World and As the World Turn was supposed to be on CBS, but CBS didn't have room for Another World, so it ended up on NBC. Okay. Interesting. That's why I love doing this. I always learn something new from everyone here. Chikara says Amber from B&B and Y&R was friends with Allison on As the World Turns. Makai, okay, Makai, okay. I gotta watch it tonight. It seems like it's gonna be so good. At least said Robert passed out the Metro Crest today and thought he needed coffee. Now, for some odd reason, I feel like I'm about to start freezing. So let me know if I'm freezing. I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on with YouTube right now, or my internet, or YouTube. Now, Samuel says Passion had the right elements, but they were way too cheesy. Jakar says AMC, like Lev and GHR in the same universe. He says the best crossover storyline was when Sky went to every ABC soap trying to figure out who were her parents. First, she thought she was a chancellor, then a quartermaid. Jakar says Sky was on AMC first before like Liv. Oh, in the chat, let me know if I'm still freezing because it says my connection is unstable. Because that's fine. Jakar says Sky. Okay. Simon says Another World and As the World Turn was supposed to be Sister Souls. That's why Another World came about. Hence, As the World Turns. Yes. No, I get it, Sammy. I do. Jakar says in my eyes, Sky is a Q. Yeah. I mean, granted, she was on the last show. The last show was a Q. So, I mean, General Hospital. Alicia's hit that table so hard. hard. He should have a knock on his head. Yes. He says I was watching reruns of Another World earlier. Not gonna lie, that show should have stayed over days at the time based on the storylines, but I'm glad days stayed though. Okay. Um. Well, Now I got two questions. One, how bad was I freezing? And two, is it any soap operas that's supposed to be coming on tomorrow? Like any special, like GH or anything like that? Please let me know in the chat. Um, I swear by the middle of next year, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be like around like 250 pounds, which is probably going to be really bad. DC says I'm thinking Days is coming on since it's streaming. Not gonna lie, I wanted to see more of the aftermath. Yes, same DC, same. Mel says, do you think that Victor is going to get more insecure with Johnny, getting more closer to Chelsea? I see that Lily is being that way already with Billy now. Chelsea. I can see that now. Spider Quake is in the chat. What's good? So, my cousins for the week gonna be in the chat for like 3 minutes, but I feel so bad for Britt every time and after why Cody did it yesterday. Yes, I agree with that Spider Quake. I mean, granted, it looked like he put his foot in his mouth, but he was like, I didn't mean to. You know. I hope you're having a good time at your cousin's house though, Spider Quake. And it's good to see you in the chat. She says, yeah, okay. Jakar says, what was the best soap of this year? Jakar, I would sit there and say Days of Our Lives. I would sit there and say Days of Our Lives. But that's a good question, Jakars. Um, I know some people only watch one soap opera, or like maybe two, but in the chat, so far, what is the best? What was your favorite soap opera so far this year? Favorite. You get a favorite and you get a second. DC says same days, constantly deliver. Yes, you're on point. Simmons says also happened when Ava flipped that call because EJ needed to feel the pain he caused in others. He thinks he is the biggest and baddest neighbor showed him who really biggest and baddest neighbor showed him who really don't give an F. Yeah, I mean, Sammy, that chick went nuts. I mean, I don't know if that's the way that they're showing them up, but definitely it went up. She went nuts. Now DC said I was proud of Dana for letting Susan go, but when the car exploded and rave from EJ, it was heartwarming considering they rock. Yes, DC, yes. It's funny, DC. I said that yesterday in my review that I didn't put out because I was feeling like crap. Now Jenna says Y&R.G.H.B&B for me. Okay. Isaiah's in the chat. What's good? Days was pretty lackluster for the first few months of the year, but does look like it's improving. So I haven't seen it since July. Yeah, I mean Isaiah is definitely improving. Now how are you doing tonight? Jakar says me as days. Yes. Same thing, Jakar's. DC bring Charlie back, but for obvious reasons they can't. Simon says Ava ain't dead. Susan, yes. I agree 100% with that, Samuel. I 100% agree with that. Mel says, I think that Daniel was close to Lily, that it will cause Billy being jealous, but it okay for Lily to get upset. Exactly. Now, Lily has been pissing me off for the past couple of months. And Sammy says, yeah, Charlie could have been a good villain. They shouldn't have killed him. I can see that. Jakari says, oh, true. Okay. DC says, okay. Sammy says Days is the best soap of the year. Yes, I agree with that, Sammy, 100%. And I feel sad for saying that because I love GH, but come on. And I feel sad for saying that because I love GH, but come on. They've been dropping the ball. GH has been, for me personally, GH has been dropping the ball. What's good, Stash? How you doing? Stacks, how you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. GH has been dropping the ball with these storylines, and he's just been feeling flat AF. Now Isaiah says my ranking is probably Days, then GH, then Y&R, then B&B. Y&R at least had Daniel return and the momentum of the Robert Newman storyline. B&B had little to nothing. GH was probably the most consistently okay. Now DC says these past 2 days with Ava and Susan and EJ, I feel like this is what soaps are made of. Every storyline properly organized and well thought out. I agree with that, DC. Jakar says, what was the best soap story a lot? I couldn't even sit there and give you one straight answer. Now DC says, if you ask me, it's the Luke and Laura element in both. Who's the Days is why she still has viewers. Other than that, they need work. No, they definitely need work. DC says, I'm glad you started watching other soap operas, Albert, because if you only had GH, I think you may be over soaps. Hmm, maybe, but I don't know. I think I'll just probably be doing more other different type of videos. Sammy says, but I think Y&R.GH are going to step it up. Knowing Days is on Peacock, Days was once considered the worst soap of the long-running soap. Really, now it's the best, and that kind of sad. Julia's in the chat. What's good? Julia says GH is going to keep digesting useless, and until they change their business model, it requires all the actors except two to have. Now Stack says Nina says she don't want Wiley to come from a broken home. What about Donna? Exactly, exactly, exactly. Stacks. Now Samuel says I'm not interested in Holly on GH. Please go away. Karen says I agree. GH takes too long for storylines to come to an end, and also some of the conclusions are very lackluster. Julie says that's why GH has a merry-go-round of cameos by a million actors. Yeah, they need to slash that. I've been saying that for a while. Mel says, I have a feeling that Daniel is going to work for Divine Lily in jail and going to save the Chancellor Winter from Tucker wanting to take it over under them. Yep. And then Lily and Daniel, yada yada yada. He says, I don't care for I don't know. I don't know. I don't care about Holly to now. Now, okay. Julie says, and no storylines are ever told. None of the actors have contracts with enough episodes to make a story play out. I agree with that. DC says, AJ return was a good time for GH. Ochikara says, Albert, who was the best soap character of 2022? It's a lot. Jakara's, EJ, for me personally. He's been killing it. He's been killing it. He's been killing it more than Sunny, and that's now Stack says if Robert let Holly dupe him, he needs a whooping. Now Julie says except for Carly and Sunny, they are guaranteed a large number of episodes so they appear when they don't even fit. Yes, I agree with that, Julie. Now Karen says Peter August. Yes, Peter August was good. I like Peter August. I know a lot of people didn't, but I like them. Tracy Stevens in the chat. How you doing tonight? Julie says, yet I still love GH. Yeah, me too. DC says, I almost feel like Stephen A. Smith should just join the cast full time. Why not? He does bring a certain energy to it that I do like. Julie says Stephen A. Smith is a badass. I agree. Stack says Brick reminds Sonny Carly ran. Exactly, Stacks. Um, Tracy says I'm good. Yeah, I'm starting to feel a lot better. I'm still like blowing my nose every now and then, but I'm better than I was before. Thank you for asking, Tracy. I appreciate that. Jenna says Sasha, Sheila, Chelsea are rocking it. And I agree with that, Janet. Chicago says Johnny, aka John Dev, or Johnny Ablo, as I like to say. Julie says Steve would make Sonny look too old and tired. Julie also says Maurice is very insecure and doesn't like competition on the show. I've heard that. I don't know if you said that, but I know somebody said that. Karen says I would love Brick full time. Me too. DC says the new Roth is finally warming up to me. Yeah, but then well, I didn't know who the old Roth was, so I can't really compare the two. Now, Isaiah says Sonny and Carly are overrated. AF, they are still the show's favorite, sadly, but at least they are not on as much as they were in the year 2000. But Isaiah, unfortunately, they do bring the numbers. Um, now Mel says Tucker is a hypocrite calling out Nate out for backstabbing his family, but he has his own agenda. Yeah. I mean, I didn't watch it yet, but Julie says, I know that mean. Yeah, true. Now, Samuel says Chase doesn't follow through on history. That's their problem. GH has problems, not history. That's their problem. GH has problems, not writing from their own history. They change history whenever they feel like it. As if yes, I agree with that. 100%, Samuel. Medora says, Happy Thanksgiving, Medora. Thank you for joining. Hope you had a good day, and I hope you have a good day tomorrow, whatever you're doing during Thanksgiving. Stack says, do you think Sunny will tell Nina about insider trading? Hopefully not. But you know what? The problem is, Stacks, I'm pretty sure she's going to find out anyway. Now, Samuel says Maurice Bernard is not a good actor, and he knows it. That's why he gets scared of new talent. Hmm. Yeah, that's a running rumor. I hope it's not true. Nowadays says that Days of Our Lives promo for the winter really makes me wish I had Peacock. The person who does the promos from the show, yes. I mean, if you ever get a chance, definitely watch it. It's good. Girl says, "Oh, you made a YouTube channel? Okay, nice. Jakara's nice. I'm still gonna promote your Twitter space, but I'll definitely give you some shout outs on YouTube. Um, I'm happy to hear that." Julie says, "Okay." Isaiah says she has sadly been rewritten history for 20. Yeah, I agree with that. Isaiah. Julie says GH writers have to write stories that play out in a little clusters. Then the stop for a month. I actually forgot the case was yes. Samuel says it's true, Robert. No, I mean, Samuel, I'm a huge Maurice Bernard fan, and it's sad to hear that. Now Mel says I love the fight between Johnny and Wendy against Rob. But yeah, that was fun. That was fun to watch. I enjoyed it yesterday. Stack says, now do you see why Cody is okay? I know Sammy has more to write. Sammy has more to write. Julie says, but the actor on GH are truly talented for the most part. I mean, Maurice, Marine West comes with, yeah. Sammy just says typo. Cam Maurice is a good actor. Watched Alzheimer's stories. No, I agree. He's well, you know what? Here's the thing. I think he's a good actor. I know some people don't like his acting, and I get that too. What's going on with my show? Now, Isaiah says Maurice Miller is kind of overrated as an actor, even though I think he is a good dude personally. Julie says, when I started watching GH again and was introduced to the character of Ava, I didn't get her at all, but Moraine West won me over. DC says the Al Thomas storyline with Michael and GH was good, though. I give it that, though. Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was sad. It was heartbreaking. All the elements to make it work. Young DT says, I wish you had watched Y&R when they did the Al Thomas storyline with Diane to see who did it better, GH or Y&R. Sammy says Maurice Kumar can't play nothing but sopranos and a bipolar. Wow. I know when he forgot his lines, he stuttered trying to remember his. Wow. If you ever get a YouTube channel, I'm subscribing to that in a heartbeat because man, I thought I was harsh. I thought I was harsh, but I ain't got nothing on Samuel. Isaiah says I give props to GH for using his vest as recently. They are still the heart of the show. Isaiah, Days use their vets a lot more better. It's sad, but it's true. And Janet says Little Douglas is killing on being. Yes, I agree with that, Janet. He is killing it. 100%. Julie says, I think Maurice is a pretty good actor when he chooses to. But honestly, way overrated. He won't learn his lines at least. So Julie, what do you think? He just improvs his lines? Karen, Karen says a lot of Maurice bashing. Yeah, I mean I get it. I think it's like any actor or character. There's people that love them. There's people that don't like them. Like right now, I'm not a fan of Nicholas Chavez. I am not a fan of the actor at all. I actually think that he's a POS. If you're going to be honest. Stax says, I think those scenes between Carly and Sonny after she caught him in bed. Yeah, that was crazy. Double C's in the chat was good. Double C, I do love some sweet potato pie though. Julie says he reads his lines. Julie says he has notes in cue cards. Mel says Tucker and Jack confronted each other in cue cards. Mel says Tucker and Jack confronted each other, and Tucker told Jack he's going to. Yes, Mel, I laughed so hard when I saw that today. Tucker's killing it on that show. I'm loving it now. Isaiah says you are probably correct. Days use his fast very well when the show truly feels balanced. Yeah, Isaiah, they do. They do. What's good, Nate? How you doing tonight? Nah, you ain't missed nothing. We just sit there talking about the soaps like usual. How was your day? Julia says they tape notes on the table. And Stack says Billy's doing too much, but Lily still rubs me wrong. I 100% agree with that. And Julie says, and the walls of the set. But yeah, Nate, how you doing tonight? Julie says that's why that we he is always looking over the place. Facts. Julie says Steve Byrne teases him all the time. Interesting. Samuel says GH has good writers for the had good writers for the Alzheimer storylines. The writers put him in storylines with popular characters made him popular, but most of the events run circles around him and acting. Samuel, do you accept um Samuel, you don't watch Days of Our Lives, do you? I'm just wondering if you watch Days of Our Lives. Julie says I think he playing Sunny like Fonzie on Happy Days. I love that comment, Julie. Um, Isaiah says, I heard that Maurice has some influence on the storylines. Same with Tony Gear. Shows should never let actors dictate storylines unless the storylines cross a certain line. Oh, okay, cool, Sherry. What do you think of Days so far? Oh yeah. Never mind. I'm sorry. You already told me about Days when. Mm, damn, it's good. Oh, Nate, I am so ready for Thanksgiving. I am so ready for Thanksgiving. Are you? Dolo? What? How are you doing tonight? Dolo metric? I feel like I'm so mispronouncing your name. By the way, I'm really bad with nights. I mean, with names. If and I think everyone in this chat can attest to that. Stack says Jack Abbott is no match for nobody. I don't know. Maybe back in the day. I'm a, I'm a, I'm gonna get your name right. I am. Julie says it bugs me that Maurice bashes the show and talks about how to roll is such a burden and so boring to him. Yet he puts zero energy into it and then gets threatened when other actors shine because they try. Wow. Samuel says yes. I love seeing Jack as the patriarch of the Abbott family. Yeah. Julie says, but enough negativity for me. Um, no, Julie, speak your mind. Jack says, I'm glad to see Daniel back. Phyllis is so happy. Karen, oh, yeah, I didn't watch it today. Karen says, everybody eat some turkey for me tomorrow. I have to work. Oh, Thursday and Friday. I'm sorry to hear that, Karen. I hope that your day goes as smooth as it can possibly go. Now, Julie says, happy Thanksgiving to all you soap warriors. I'm off cooking all night for the fam. Have a good, oh, okay. Coffee all night, warriors. I'm off cooking all night for the fam. Have a good, oh, okay. Coffee all night, cooking for, okay. I thought you were leaving for a minute. But if you are, have a good night and stay safe and enjoy your time with your family. And thank you, Julie. Now, Nate says Maurice just doesn't know when to keep his mouth shut. Unfortunately, even when he has his own podcast. Okay, all right. You have a good night, Julie. Thank you. Thank you for joining. I will be back Friday. Hopefully I'll see you. Sammy says, so which character do you all think is the heart of each soap right now? That's a good question. I don't know why I read your name, Isaiah, but for some odd reason, it looked like it said One Tree Hill. Isaiah says one thing about Frank GH that I do love is that he has made GH into an embeddable show. The Guza era of the show has so much of the unholy trinity that it was ridiculous. I don't know. I really loved those days back then, but to be fair, soaps are still kind of new to me. And Stack says, I can't wait till Jeremy Stars comes to Genoa City. Me too, Stack, because it's going to get interesting AF. Um, and Karen says, I think Marie should retire from GH and concentrate on the show State of Mind. That's exactly what he's going to be doing now. I mean, now, Dolo, Jesus Christ. I feel so bad for butchering your name, but for days I think it's Maggie or Julie. Yeah, yeah, I can say that. I can say that. They've been on the show for so long. Now, Nate says, I heard the actor who played Ridge Y&R.G.H.B&B is going to take some time off. Really, after what was about to go down, we need a break from the character. Interesting, Nate. And probably, yeah. Then who do they have back, though? They have Deacon, Dollar Bill. Mel says it will be exciting for Jeremy Stark to come back after Diane for revenge, but I don't think he will hurt anyone else in the family. He might, Mel, just to get back at Diane. Stack says Alexa's gonna print that letter. Yeah, I remember she said that yesterday. No, Isaiah said Marlene is my favorite character on days. I don't think that the show would be the same without her. I think it still would survive. Dolo, Mike, like hey, Mike. I'm gonna get your name. I'm gonna get your name. As you know, I play this back. I'm gonna look like such an airhead, to be honest. And I'm calling Nicole a dingbat. Just keep that in mind. You have to come up with a nickname for you for right now. Um, Dolomitrix? Yeah, that's still not helping. Simon says to me, Tracy is the heart of Y&R. Brooke and Eric is the heart of B&B. Maggie and Julie and Marlena are the heart of Days. And I think Ned is the heart of GH. Karen says, I like going as Patrick on Will Life Live. I don't know who that is. Isaiah says, what do you guys think of I can't pronounce that name on GH. Double C, I like. Oh, yes. Yes, Double C. Yes, I remember him. Yes, okay. Ian. Now, which I keep mispronouncing your name, Dolo. I'm calling you Dolo for right now. Dolo says Eric is definitely the heart of B&B. I agree with that. Jessica's in the chat. Jessica says Ned's the heart of GH. Jessica, who do you think is the heart of GH then? You know, I feel like the heart of GH, the hearts of GH on already passed away, unfortunately. Yeah, Sammy, that was the question I was sitting wondering. Stack says Jessica Munyother. Karen says Ned is the heart of GH when they show him. He is barely on. Dolo says I think Laura is the heart of GH now, yeah. Of course, I'm always gonna sit there and say Lila and Edward will always be the heart of GH personally. I mean, I know it's from back then, but still. Mel says this was funny. Daniel told Lily that that you look good dressed up with grapes on you being CEO. As Garn was the head writer of GH. Oh, after Guja, okay. And before Rod. Okay. Thank you, Isaiah. Now Stack says now it was Lila. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Now Karen says heart of GH Laura. Jessica says, yeah, I was thinking that word. Samuel says Laura is That's true. That's true. I don't know. It's hard for me to sit there and think about the heart of GH now. You know. Karen says, I will say Steve and Audrey was the heart of GH back in the day. I don't know who Steve is, but I do remember Audrey, and I would agree with that. Of course, my time on GH was like the early 2000s, and that's when I remember Lila and Edward. And I mean, like the guy who played Edward, not Jed Adam. I mean Jed Allen. I think that was his name. Who was on a bunch of shows that I don't even remember. One of them was Port Charles. Now Samuel says Laura Bailey, the mayor. Yeah, I mean that's true. That's true, Samuel. But I mean, she's been on there for a long time. Like she's a legend. Luke and Laura. Isaiah says Lily was the true heart of the show, but Laura is newer now. Also, put Monica up there. It sure isn't. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that, Isaiah. Now Karen says David Lewis was the best at work. Yeah. Um, if that's the current one I remember the most, then yeah. Mel says Lily. I mean, Mel says Lily. I am not liking her nagging to Billy, but at least we don't see Chloe, who is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, has not been on. Now Simon says I know, but they're all legends, not mine. Hmm. Yeah, I don't remember. Well, like I said, as far as Edward, I just know that I just know the one Edward when I started watching it in the year 2000. Now Isaiah says I also love characters like Robin, Bobby, Anna. Bobby hasn't had a storyline forever, sadly. Yeah. Now Dolo M says, which parent child casing job do you think? Oh, let me read that again. Which parent child casting job do you think Soap nailed the best? Good question. Well, no, actually, for me, I would sit there and say Carly and Joss. I would say Carly and Joss. Karen says we don't see many faces that much because GH has way too many characters. Yep, I agree. Stack says yeah because Chloe and Billy blame Adam for global. Yeah, they probably would. They probably would. Isaiah says John Engel was my favorite. Edward, it's a shame that he passed in 2012. Karen says Robin and Anna. Simon says Rachel and Aiden from another world. Yeah, I gotta go with Carly and Josh. Gotta go with Carly and Josh. Well, I'm gonna be calling you so many names by the end of the night. Dolomitrix. I think Steffi and Taylor are on B&B. No, they are. Samuel says Eric and Mona was good. Was a good parent-child pairing. Now there says Frank's one like live friend needed to get axed off before anyone else. Then Sasha, Willow, and the other boring characters. I love it. Tracy says, "What kind of ice cream are you eating?" I hope I don't tell friendlies. And this one seems bigger than the last ice cream thing that I got. I'm gonna get so fat in like about 4 months, I swear. Double C says Brooke and Hope from B&B because Brooke didn't sleep with her man yet. Mel says I can't wait for Liam and Hope get Douglas back for custody to come back to the cabin to get away from evil, unstable dad, aka Thomas. Hope will be furious with him. Yeah, Tracy, and it was on sale too. Same as yeah. So I I Tracy says you're not gonna get fat. You will be good, hopefully. But I mean, every day for the past 5 days, I've been eating this ice cream like there's no tomorrow. Well, I mean, just ice cream in general. And then in reality, I just have a poor diet. Sammy, I don't know if you remember, um, Brock was getting on me about that in our collab when we did the collab with DC. Brock was like, "Whoa, I know you're asking if they eating out the whole." Um, he was saying something. It was really funny though. He was like, "Aren't you gonna sit there like, aren't you like use a plate?" Um, Tracy says, "Yeah, I saw at the store a few nights ago. All the ice cream was on sale. Yes, I was gonna get the Briars, but yeah, Friendly's on sale, and the thing looked a lot bigger. So yeah, Sam, I'm eating up the whole boat. Isaiah says B&B has no real heart since Stephanie died. Stephanie, you mean the actress or the character? Isaiah. Seriously? Hmm. Oh, good. Now Tracy says in the summer they almost double the price. Yeah, I I I wanted to have some yesterday, but I wasn't feeling good. Now Karen says you're like my husband. He is slim and eating everything and doesn't gain it. Yeah, Karen, but I hopefully I want to gain some pounds though, because in high school it was very hard for me to gain weight. Um, so hopefully I gain a little weight. Now Sammy says I don't care how bad Thomas is to Brooke. He isn't abusing his child. I don't like watching Hope Courtney being a parent to a child that isn't hers. Raise your own kids. Okay. Isaiah says new character Susan is still alive. Oh, okay. Double C Stephanie is the character, aka. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you, Double C. Stack says why did they bring Patrick Duffy and his girlfriend on for that trash? Brooks still breaking up weddings that that Stacks that must have been today's episode. Because I didn't see that yet. But I heard Patrick Duffy was coming back though. Mel says it was exciting to see Steffi, Patrick Duffy come to see Brooke, Donna, and Kate for support for Ridge being a jerk, hurting Brooke. I know that Ridge and Taylor will not get married. Isaiah says Thomas is being thrown under the bus because Brad Bell loves using the Trigger family to prop Brooke and the Logans. Now, Isaiah, I mean, if you had to sit there and pick a group, and this goes for everyone in the chat, if you had to pick a group, who you like and who you don't like, Foresters or the Logans, and why? Now Mel says I knew before the Bee and the Bold and the Beautiful came on today that Steffi cannot keep quiet to Taylor. Samuel says Brooke crying all the time. Yeah, Sammy, you remember last New Year's Eve? She was practically crying like every day afterwards. Daisy Flower for Daisy Flower 40, best child parenting cast. Just yes, I agree with that. Daisy Flower for Daisy Flower 40 also right. Ridge is not a forester. Yeah, I heard. I actually learned that from everyone in the chat, so I want to thank everyone in the chat for that. Stack says Stephanie is the reason Brooke so needy because he left them and their brother raised them. As it says, both of the Foresters and the Logans are objectively trash. Oh, I love it. I love it, Isaiah. Black Mom says Thomas just went too far on this one. Yeah, I mean, but it's really funny, Black Mom. Steffi was like, at one point, she did sit there and say, we need to find a way to get those two together. Like, anyway, like, she made it seem like she was going to fabricate evidence or something. Like, she was going to make up something like that. So I was a little kind of surprised that she was that outraged about it. Stack says, I'm sick of Brooke crying with that one tear. Yeah, well, I was going to sit there and say something like onions ain't cheap, but Brooke is always crying, and it gets to a point. It's hard looking at her eyes because they're so red. Simon says Joss is Carly 2.0, and she's annoying. We only need one Carly. It only takes one. Now Jessica says I'm sick of Brooklyn. Chase needs someone better. Yeah, because she's toxic AF. Best part about B&B is that Steffi grew up to be Brooke and Hope grew up to be Taylor. Interesting. Interesting. I didn't say your name yet because I don't want to sit there and call you another name that's not your name. But I will get your name down. It took me a hot minute to get Isaiah's name, which in reality it really shouldn't know, but it did. J.D. Flower says, okay. Mel says, did you know that Stefan was seeing Pam and Bill put Stefan in jail for a crime? What what crime? And I mean, Mel, what character? I mean, what show are you talking about from that? Isaiah says, sorry, Brooke fans, but Brooke threw away her chance at being the Forster matriarchy when she got pregnant with Hope. Sammy says, Brooklyn needs someone better. Chase needs to go. He's boring. So, Sammy, you don't think that Brooklyn is toxic? Jessica says, I agree. He's boring, Sammy, but I don't. But Brooklyn is super selfish. BLQ. Yeah, she's selfish. She's toxic. I mean, and it looks like she's about to sit there and practically sell any other woman down the drain. Um, to sit there and get back her songs. So there's so much to sit there and dissect into that. Um, this whole matriarch of the family, you know, like Stat says, Brooke was never going to be the matriarch of the family. It took me a while to get used to that, as far as matriarchy and patriarchy and everything like that. Sammy says Brooklyn needs a strong man to rein her in, and it ain't Chase. Brooklyn and Dex would been a better pairing. So Sam, you don't like Dex with Joss? Now Cameron says Brooklyn is not good for Chase. I actually like Chase and Willow. I think most people do. You got Jessica and Daisy Flower that totally agrees. I mean, totally disagrees with Samuel's take on that. I mean, I've never really been for like pairing and stuff like that, so I personally, can't sit there and say who would be better or whatever. But Samuel actually has a good point. I mean, yeah, I can sit there and say that Brooklyn is toxic and everything all day. Samuel says, nope, I don't like Josh. I mean, Samuel kind of has a point with the whole Dex would be able to rein her in, be able to rein Brooklyn in, as opposed to Chase. I gotta agree with that on there. I mean, with Samuel on that one. Um, Sammy, I'm not surprised you don't like Josh. You don't like Carly. You're like, well, you're more of a Nina fan, like DC. Um, Double C says Chase and Brooklyn. I mean, Chase and Willow need to get back together because her being with Michael will kill her, like the other one. Too late for that, Double C. Too late for that. You know that when that curse starts, it stays around for a while, like the Grudge. Mel says, I know the CPS call would be found. Yeah, me too. Me too. But it did actually happen. It happened sooner than I thought it was gonna happen. Daisy Flower says Nina looked like a fool today. Oh, she did. Sim says I don't like none of Carly's kids. Now Dolo Odoli. God damn it. I'm just gonna call you Dolomatrix. I'm Team Nina all day. Oh, okay. You're a Nina fan. Wow. Interesting. We got two Nina fans in the chat. Samuel and the other person's name that I cannot pronounce for the life of me, and I will pronounce your name, is Team Nina. Now Isaiah says I now Isaiah says I no Isaiah says I like Jaws. Also agreed that Carly enough. Jessica says nah, I'm Team Carly. Samuel, we know where you stand at. Um Stack says I wish Carly didn't evolve because she should have been played hands on Nina. Put hands on Nina. Yeah, I think that's what you mean. Now I gotta sit there and wonder. I've seen two people so far that are Nina fans. So the question is, who else are Nina fans? Anyone else in the chat that is Nina fans? Dolly. Nina is great because she's the first woman since Brenda or Robin to rattle her. I give you that, Dolly. Oh, Janet. Janet is a Nina fan. Okay. All right. All right. The Nina fans are coming out. Or maybe you're a Nina fans for a hot minute. I just didn't notice. Not that I care, Nina, Carly, you're welcome here either way. Tracy also says she's growing on her. Dolly. Isaiah says to me, the Corinthos clan will never be a legacy family despite how much the show tries to push them as one. The only one I like is Christine. Samuel says, I'm just the vocal one. I knew I was That is true. That is true. Jessica Jessica says, boo. Now Dolo says Carly is cool, but she's been able to hot behind Jason and Sunny for years, so there's no tension with Carly. I hope it's okay that I shorten your name to actually really um, get your name right. Karen says, I'm not a Nina fan or a Carly fan. I'm Team Ava. Okay, Karen. Stack says, I don't care who fan you are. Right is right. When you're messy for no reason. That's true, Stacks. That's true. I mean, listen, Sonny's my guy, but I mean, when he does something stupid, I will call it out. Like when he said today, well, why didn't Michael come to me if he was looking for Willow's family? I'm like, why would Michael come to you for anything? Like, seriously. Samuel says, probably running around in that trench coat looking like Cruella DeVille. Yeah, Sammy, but you know what? Listen, Carly made that trench coat work. Okay, cool. All right, thank you, Dolly, thank you. I will get your full name eventually. Isaiah says, love Ava, yes. You know what, Samuel? What do you think of Ava? I'm curious on your thoughts on Ava, Samuel. Um, yeah, Dolly, DC's really good with names. He helped me figure out a couple of names in this chat. Digi Flaw said, This is why the connected people with. This is why the connected people with them. Nina has no purpose on the show other than being with Sunny. Well, Britt, Liesel, Maxie with James. She has connections. Okay, all right, cool. All right, yeah, Sammy, you could definitely agree with that as far as Ava. Mel says, "Do you feel bad about Brian Test telling Sharon?" No, I didn't. I didn't see it today. Yeah, I wouldn't know, Mel. I didn't. I saw yesterday's episode today, so it seems like I've been like a day behind on that. Now, Sammy says Carly looks good, but I ain't giving Sammy too much. I love it. Daisy Flower says Britt is dying. Liesel is recurring. Yeah, I can see that. Her hair does look good though, Daisy Flower. I am liking Liesel's hair. Sammy says Britt ain't got it. Britt ain't got to die. Dolly says actually Nina has friends and relationships with Sunny. Yeah, Curtis. I forgot about Curtis. Yeah, Dolly. Nina actually has ties to Port Charles. Isaiah said, I love watching clips when Nell torture Carly. I don't know, Isaiah. I don't know, Isaiah. I feel like Nell just ran her course and just got so annoying. Um, she was a fun character to begin with. Now Karen says, I want Ava to dump Nick. He is too weak. Nate says, I won't miss Britt when she leaves the show, even though I love KT. This current run of her has been less stellar. Now Daisy Flower Britt is out there, not strong ties. Hmm. Hmm. Mal says if it's that hard for Mariah and Tess to adopt a baby, just let Devon give them a baby like he did with Abby and Chance. Yeah, I don't know, Mel. I feel like Mariah and Tess have like literally the weakest storyline in Y&R I've ever seen. And Y&R has been stepping up, but Mariah and Tess are just the most useless characters I've ever seen on a show. Daisy Flower says if Nina was going to do it, wouldn't make a dent on the show. Daisy Flower, what do you mean if Nina was to, oh, if it was to go, okay. Hmm. You might be right with that, Daisy Flower. You might be right with that. But like I said, Daisy Flower, she does have roots. She has Curtis. She has family. She has some friends. So maybe she actually would, though. Now, Ade says, what soap do you think has the worst music? Uh, maybe Days of Our Lives. I was going to say maybe Days of Our Lives. Maybe Days of Our Lives. Isaiah, because I like Y&R, I like GH, and I love B&B. Karen says Karen says Cody needs to go. Does anyone like Cody? You know, Karen, that's a really good question. How many people in the chat actually likes Cody? Sammy says they should have made now to Carly what Carly was to Bobby, a nuisance, but they made now too much of a crazy villain. Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that, Samuel. She became very one note and just kind of boring after a while. Mel says it would be really weird for Noah to give Mariah and Tessa baby when Mariah's yeah, yeah, I agree with that, Mel. I stopped reading it at that point. I was like, yep, you're right. Double C says, I'm team whoever is against Carly. Oh, okay. Double C, are you a Nina fan? Simmons says Days has the worst. Yeah, I was going to sit there. I agree with that, Samuel. I do. I agree with that, Samuel. I do. Jakara says, I've been watching Days for a long time now. I really miss Sammy on the screen. Yeah, she does a lot of these Hallmark or Lifetime movies or something. Daisy Flower says, now Storyline made no sense. She was mad at Carly because she did not recognize her after meeting her for like 5 6. Yeah, yeah, Daisy Flower. And after that, she just became just I don't know one note. Sammy says nobody likes Car on Cody. Tracy says Cody's okay. Um, Samuel says okay. Stack says, did you see Sunny tell Drew how he likes seeing Sam? Yeah, yeah, no, Stacks, that was a good one. But again, I'm like, bro, like Sonny, why are you sitting there saying to Drew that you're not a threat to him? I'm like, bro, I'm pretty sure if they were to go into the ring, he will be a threat to him. It's like Sonny is showing his insecurity so much, it's embarrassing. Now Nate says Cody is useless. Isaiah says B&B current music is so lame in comparison to its old. Days at least uses classical music cues unlike other soaps. Also says I do notice that Days does often have a sound issue with the music overtakes the Hills I mean Isaiah I thought I was the only person that actually noticed that. Jakara says name a soap opening that should never be changed. Hmm. Probably Days of Our Lives because it's classic. I don't like it, but it's classic. Daisy Flower says you can tell that Sunny and Nina on a rocky road. Tracy says the old Jay soap opening was yes. I agree with that. Stack said he's making his territory. Now, Dolly says Day's opening should never be changed. Yeah, I agree with that. DC says, I find background music very essential to soaps because it helps set the tone of the scene. I was watching Another World earlier and realized how crucial it is. Now, Sammy says, Y&R opening is a classic. Yes, I agree with that. Sammy, you're right. That's another one that they should not change. DJ Flow says, Sunny always wants Carly when she moves on. Vice versa, though. Vice versa. Karen says Sonny doesn't want Carly, but he doesn't want another man to have her. I can see that a little bit, especially more back in the day, though, and probably now too. DJ Plus says Y&R. Tracy says, yeah, I agree. Background music is essential. Jessica says Nina is just the flavor of the month. Damn. Jessica says Nina is just the flavor of the month. Damn. Cigar says, I agree. I hate they shorten days opening because it used to be longer. I didn't know that. But then again, I only been watching for like 2.5 years, so um, yeah, I think that's about right. Jessica says everyone knows they will get back together. Not if Maurice Bernard has his way. Double C says Gage needs to go back to the 94 2000 opening. I agree with that, Double C. I agree with that. DC says I miss when Days opening was longer back in the day. Cigar says they should never change their opening. Now DC says now G's opening from 2004 2010 was everything. I don't think that should change. That should change the music part at least. Isaiah says even though B&B used a modernized version of the original theme, I thought its other theme over the years were better, like 2004 2011. I gotta see that on YouTube. Karen says I used to love Tom Minnis. Yes, me too, Karen. And now the chat is escaping from me. Sammy says I want Days to have a classic clip dropping in the hourglass in the opening. Now Sammy says Carly is a bitter flavor you just can't get rid of. Mm. Sammy really does not like Carly. Sammy really does not like Carly. Stack says Sonny will always want Carly. The only reason he went to Nina is because Carly made it clear after court they are done. Nina is the backup. I mean, yes, that's. But who else was Sonny's going to go out with though? Tanner says Nina is just a bed warmer for Sonny. Damn. Takara says, remember when GH changed the siren opening to that Faces of the Heart? Yes, I do remember that, Jakars. Good old days. The Keisha's in the chat was good. I'm having a great night. I'm starting to feel a lot better. How are you doing tonight? I hope you and your family have a great Thanksgiving tomorrow, Nikisha. And actually, I'm missing you in the chat. I haven't really seen you in the chat lately, so I'm missing you. DC says the same 2004 2011 of B&B was way better. This crap now just feels like a cheap sideshow. But you know what, DC? I would sit there and say out of the four openings, um, B&B is my favorite. Now, Dolly says GA have cha- should never have gotten rid of the Faces of the Heart openings. Now, Isaiah says the 2011, early 2017 B&B intro is actually a favorite of mine. It probably has more heart than the show's. Isaiah, I gotta sit there and look for that. I gotta look for that on YouTube after I'm done. Stack says Sunny can't be without Ava told Nina that. Yeah, that's true. DC says a lot of TV shows say they shorten the openings because it cuts into the show. But I don't see how it does though. It's only 30 seconds. Yeah, no, DC, it definitely feels like an excuse. Isaiah says, LOL, during Tamra first year on GH, he had her smiling in the intro despite Carly not necessarily being the nice person on the show. That's hilarious. DC says, oh yeah, B&B had a whole fashion. I gotta watch this now. Carly says, I always would hate the 2012 2019 GH opening. It's just like fast squeeze and together. Yeah. DC, Jakars actually has a Jakars, if you can give me the if you can give me the link on, I'll talk to you on Twitter about that to give me the link towards your YouTube channel. Karen says, which one character would you like to come back on GH? Me as Jerry Jacks. Karen, I was gonna sit there and say Jerry Jacks too, but I would sit there and say Alcazar. Either one of the brothers, I don't care which one. The first one, the first brother. Isaiah says GH has the worst intro out of I agree with that, Isaiah, 100%. DC says, like, I'm seeing PowerPoint slideshows more creative than most TV shows, openings and intros. Now says, I hope Brady and Chloe get back together after getting the orca from Kristen to give Kayla, Kate, and Marlena the booster. I don't know, Mel. I don't know. In the seriously, really? No, I don't want to undo it. Isaiah says, I mean, if you saw the promos, I don't know how you're gonna feel about that statement. Isaiah says the 2012-2019 intro did show how GH became an ensemble show again. Yeah, I agree with that. Sammy says, um, bring Rick back in the panic room, please. Ooh, Sunny D is a new person in the chat. How you doing tonight, Sunny? Sunny D Big. How you doing tonight? Isaiah says, even Jill wouldn't help, wouldn't allow GH current intro. Jakari, okay. Yeah, that's very, very, very true. But we've been on for like almost an hour and a half. Now, Simon said she's got that car. Yeah, yeah. I'm not a fan of the new intro. I am so not. I do like the emoji stuff. That is pretty cool, Samuel. But we've been on for like about an hour and a half. I do want to sit there and try at least watch B&B and maybe doing a review on it because it does seem like it's going to be good. So, with that being said, I won't be on tomorrow because it's going to be Thanksgiving. But I do want to thank everyone for joining tonight. I hope everyone has a great, amazing, and safe Thanksgiving. I'll be back Friday as long as I'm not like hungover or like sick again. Um, I'll be back on tomorrow. Well, I'll be back on Friday. Oh, double C. I plan on ordering my stuff online. I'm not. I'm not going to the stores. As for sure. What about you, double C? Dolly says the GH intro does look like it was thrown together and like, yeah, I hate it. Stack says I wonder what the holiday is going to be like this year. Last year everyone was together and celebrated. All right, Jakars, thank you. I will definitely check it out. Have a good night, Stacks. Good night, Karen. Thank you for joining. Isaiah, was really good talking to you. Stay safe and you have a great Thanksgiving as well. Um, yeah, this was a lot of fun. I want to thank everyone for joining. DC, Janet. Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, Janet, I am so not doing that. Have a good night, Jessica. Thank you for joining. You have a great Thanksgiving. Dolly, have a good night. Thank you. You have a great Thanksgiving as well. And Dolly, I will eventually get your name soon. Exactly, Samuel. Exactly. Same energy right there, bro. Same energy. Double C said I did my shopping last Sunday. Hey, got it out the way. Have a good night, Blackmon. Thank you for joining. You have a great Thanksgiving. Double C, have a great Thanksgiving as well. Sam, you have a great Thanksgiving. It was fun chopping it out with you like always. Always love the energy that you bring into the stream. So I appreciate you. As well as DC, you was in the chat. Alicia, you was in the chat. You have a good night as well. Same thing with you, DC. Um, I feel like I'm missing a lot of people. Nate, you have a good night as well. Mel, you have a good night as well. Spiderquake was on for a little bit. You have a good night as well. I look forward to seeing everyone back on Friday. You know, whoever can come through, come through. We're going to have a lot of fun. Nikisha, you have a great night. Stay safe, and I hope you and your family have a great Thanksgiving. Thank you, Blackmont. Thank you. I appreciate it. I plan on it. I plan on it. I don't have to wake up super early tomorrow, so I'm happy about that. And thank you, Blackmont, for your support as well as everyone else that's in the chat. Mel, you have a great night. Thank you for your support, your love. It means the world to me. You have a great time with your family. Whatever you're doing, just have fun. Um, I appreciate every single one of y'all. Be safe, everyone. And yes, everyone have a great, safe night. An amazing Thanksgiving tomorrow. And I look forward to seeing everyone back here on Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Pacific Standard. I mean, Eastern. Let me. You too, Mel. Thank you. Oh, what am I doing? I'm sitting there. Oh, Black Man, I'm definitely gonna sit there and be watching ball tonight. That is for sure. I am definitely gonna be watching ball, Black Man. Okay, yeah, I will see everyone back here tomorrow. I mean, I was stress again. I will see everyone back here Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. I gotta get used to saying that because I always just sit there and say Eastern. Um, yes, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on Friday. It's all good, Jonathan. It's all good. It was just when they're wrapping up. Have a good night, Crystal. Thank you for joining. Oh yeah, no, Jonathan, I appreciate you being here. I know it's like super late, but I appreciate whenever you show up. I was just there telling everyone I'll be back here on Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. You have a good night, Crystal Williams. Thank you for joining. And I'm gonna actually have to say this again because I want to make sure I get my stuff right. Yeah, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. So everyone have a great night. Thank you, Jonathan. You have a good Thanksgiving as well. And thank you, Nikisha. I really appreciate that. I appreciate your patience and just your support. That means the world to me. So thank you. You have a good night. And have a great Thanksgiving with your family. So yes, I'm gonna go. Stay safe, everyone, and I look forward to seeing everyone on Friday.